Hello, my Sagittarian friends. Welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me for our reading today. I really appreciate you guys for being here. Obviously, checking out your new year. We got our New Year's 2025 tarot spread here, pre-popped for your convenience, loves, with the Osha Zen tarot deck. But we are going to clarify this with our Gilded Tarot Royale. As always, do stick around for your advice at the end, which you'll be getting from the Moonology deck and our Earth Magic Oracle. So thank you guys so much. As always, Sag, do remember that these messages are general. Not everything is going to resonate for everybody. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. For my Sagittarians. Okay, so let's see here. What do we have? Okay, I like that. I like this, Sag. I like this a lot. Okay, I like this a lot. It's very much about your growth. It's very much about you breaking through, breaking out of norms here. You have the rebel, you have breakthrough, you have creator. We're going to get into all these as we clarify, but there's definitely a theme here of breaking out of societal norms, maybe breaking free from what you think others expect of you or people are very direct about potentially expecting of you. I do see like a burden on your shoulders, right? There's been a burden on your shoulders. I'm going to get you a good look of this conditioning part. This is technically the devil, but you see it's pressing on the shoulder, something here riding on you. Maybe your family rides you, maybe you feel society is riding you, but it's almost like we haven't been able to produce something that we've really been wanting to. We have laziness here, and it feels like it's because you're trying to both do what you desire and do what is required of you. And I don't feel like it's possible to do both here. We have laziness. Now that's not you. This one threw me for a loop when this guy popped out. First of all, let's for my older crowd. Does he not look like Ron Jeremy? Just saying. For the youngins, don't bother going looking at up him. But yeah, struck me as odd how similar. They must have like based the card on him or something. I don't know. Anyway, you definitely have a theme here. So laziness isn't, that's not you, Sag. Like that is not your energy. This could be someone outside of yourself expecting you to do all the work in previous years, but also you're not a naturally lazy person. But I can also see how if you are lacking the desire to do something, I can see how you might perceive yourself as lazy for not doing the most uncomfortable shit that the burdensome stuff, even though people may be writing you to do that. Or someone else around you might perceive you as lazy because all the things that they require you, like of you, or you to do, or you to be, it's just putting pressure on you. And it's almost like that's not what I want to do, so I'm not going to do that. Or that's not what I want to do, so I might slug through it, but it won't be my best work. This year, in 2025, you're really being asked to break through some form of box or some form of societal conditioning or family conditioning, I feel. Let's get into it, Sag. Creator, the creator himself. He knows there's no difference between himself and the outside world. They're one and the same. What he creates within comes from it comes from within and it's seen from without. There's something about the press of people around you, the pressing on the shoulders. I can't get over it. This is a lion who has been conditioned to believe he's a sheep, but he's a lion. There's a spirit within that you might have suppressed or have been hiding from. Sag. And it's time this year in 2025, it's time to really spearhead your efforts for you. Tell me more about creator. This is your main theme for 2025 is creator, and departing energies from 2024 is this laziness. Now we'll get into the breakdown of all of these categories. I really feel like this is allowing you to grow. The creator has reached a level of maturity. The creator has reached a level of maturity already, and that is why he is able to be like a magnet. The light from within, I heard. The light from within, Sag. Have you been dimming your own light? Have you been holding yourself back? Have you been maybe scattering your efforts, pushing yourself too strong, too hard, too thin, to where you can't give 100% of everything? And so do we beat ourselves up as if we're lazy when, really it's about where we're headed. What are we putting our efforts into? Are you even attached to what you're creating? Is that why this laziness is here? But our main theme for 2025 is a new creation, I feel. Tell me more about the creator. But I really feel it directly tied into that laziness card. We have the magician in reverse. I almost said card of Mercury. Mercurial energy could be something about technologies, the way things run, the spoken word as well. Could be you again being detached from something as well. But Gemini energy, Virgo energy. Ten of Pentacles. Wowee. Now it's interesting. The creator has it within him the whole time. So does the magician. We have King of Pentacles. Are we have we put too much stock in material resources to get things going? Here, Sag, in previous years, whereas it was like it's been within you, the resource, the light, has been within you the whole time. It's directly accessible to you. And what comes from within you produces on the outside, in the outside world. This is legacy, home, family. I really feel a pressing from the outside in some way. But there's something golden within you that wants to burst out as well. The magician needs no outside resources or influences. He needs nothing other than this is, like I was born with it. Maybe he was born with it. No, maybe it's not Maybelline. Yeah, he was born. But you got to know that. You got to be able to access from within. So no wonder we're detached here. You might be been detached from the goal line or the motive. Like, why do I do the things that I do to please everyone else? Tell me more about laziness. This is a departing energy from 2024. So there's something about here, not only busting out of the box of what is expected of you, but creation comes from awareness and understanding your personal gifts, your personal light. And I heard, okay, and being okay with those. Thank you, Spirit. And being okay with your personal light. Tell me more about laziness. I hope this is making sense. If any of this is making sense, or if you're just enjoying the video so far, please give me a like. You guys, I really appreciate it. Feel free to comment, share, all that jazz. Every little bit helps. We have the Five of Swords reversed and the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Definitely something about spoken word, the way you speak. Is it to yourself? I really feel like it's to yourself. But there is a detachment. The Five of Swords coming in the reverse, we got to break free. We got to allow a change of a mental, what we're able to take on mentally. You may push yourself way too hard and then burn out. Like you may overthink, overstress, overworry, and like worry yourself into a corner until there's like literally nothing you can do about it. And at that point, we still worry. But but there's a detachment here that needs to also be made. We're focusing on the wrong thing. I heard instant production. Gosh, these messages are all over the place. I feel like they're all over the place. Um, but something needs to change. This train of thinking has been breaking you down. Now, laziness is the the Nine of Cups. So this is almost like an overindulgence of the mind. Something that's been driving you nuts, picking at you. So for some of you, it's someone picking at you. Maybe someone dragging you down like an anchor and you feel like I can't say anything. I'm backed into a corner. All I got to do is ride it through. I can't get out of it anyway. That's all changing. Again, with this motive and this spearheaded effort. If you don't want to, Sag, you won't. So where have you been putting your efforts? Because you are so intense. You are so magnetic. You have so much energy. If anyone's the fucking rebel, baby, it's you. You are the philosopher. You are the creator. You are the one who goes outside of the box. You and Aquarius, I would say, are the two, in my mind, that are more capable than any of these signs to break out of any um, mental issues. However, if you feel like the world expects you to go to work, do this, do that, you don't want to answer phones all day. You don't want to write emails all day. Is it going to be your best work? Nah. And why? Because someone was pressing on you to do it, or pressing on you to say it, or pressing on you to be viewed a certain way. And that's not you. And that's why it's coming up this as this detachment. But we also have to detach from the care of it all. Like, only one that can put pressure on you to change who you are, Sag, is you. Someone can tell me until I'm blue in the face, tell you until you're blue in the face, act this way, do this, do that. But if it's not true to the spirit of who you are, it will never come out, right? And you can never pretend, right? So it's almost like stop trying is really, and that lies on your shoulders, darling. You feel me? Hope that's making sense. Talents you will express this year with the intensity card. It is like an arrow. It is a spearheaded effort. It's a goal line. It's somewhere that is passionately driven. Knight of Wands energy. This is an this is a talent you will express this year. Maybe a redirection of energies, a redirection of effort. I also am getting the fact that if it's not spearheaded, if it's not direct, Sag, it could be quite chaotic. Take that as you will. Tell me more about the talents that Sagittarius will express in 2025. Intensity in reverse. We really want to make sure the way we speak is not chaotic. The efforts we put in are very direct, very motivated, very purposeful, and led with confidence from like your inner spirit, your inner being. I feel like there's like this monotony that you got to break out of. What of intensity in reverse? Talents. Talent. Sagittarius will be expressing Five of Wands, Page of Swords here, both in reverse. Some things aren't worth a fight, love. And it's almost like we got to know where to place our efforts. We got to know what we're fighting for. We got to know the motive. There's got to be a motive here. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's lacking motive. Something has been uh, pressing on you or puppeteering you, or someone has been expecting you to act or be. This year, you live for you, not for anyone else. The world. Wow. Oh yeah, all that's getting wrapped up. The world. Whew. I am feeling like the fixed energy of the Wheel of Fortune slash world. Um, your fellow lion with the Leo just really popping out to me with that fixed energy and making an appearance here in our conditioning card. Something about you is rebellious. It's beautiful. It's amazing. The world can't handle your intensity, so you back off of your own intensity. You try to change who you are. With that fixed, it does feel very pressing. So Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. But it also comes full circle. The world is about tapping off, breaking free from cycles, just being in completion, being done with something, having learned a lesson, going through a lot of uh, much needed for growth, much needed experience and pain and strife to get to the end. So this is a talent you'll be expressing. I feel like this is a goal that you've been wanting to reach that maybe you haven't been able to spearhead your efforts to completing. This year, we change that around. This year, we rebel against what others desire of us to do or be. We take the future opportunity here, the rebel. This is the Emperor, Aries energy. The Emperor here future opportunity for you, Sag. You riding the wings of the true self is what I feel from that. And I really want to say leaving a care behind, leaving maybe a person behind, leaving something old, something that was complicated, something that took a long time to get through. Leaving that behind, wrapping that up now. Maybe even surprising yourself from it. But there's this breaking from what you were expected to do, breaking free from what you even were pressing yourself to do, or that you were telling yourself maybe you couldn't do. Oh, I have to go to work. I have to go to work. I have to have a job. Tell me more about the rebel. It's a future opportunity to ride the wings of your own light, to create for yourself what has always been lying within you. There's something about the true self coming through, and I do want to be honest with this conditioning and this burden. These two cards, oh, thank you, Spirit, and especially awareness, peeking through that, creator's light peeking through that. It feels very much like someone has been putting something on you or expecting you to fit into some sort of outfit. You're a lion and they want you to be a sheep. Not anymore. Tell me more, please, Spirit, about future opportunities. What of the rebel? What of the rebel for Sagittarius? It's about creating. It's about going against the norms, going against societal structures, and damn, yeah, being successful in it. Something about being open and free of announcing. Could be the way that you talk, again, or the way you accept, maybe even accept criticism that just came through. Thank you, Spirit. Ego. But something about the announcement, something about being in the spotlight, allowing yourself to shine. Thank you, Spirit. And something about watching. People are watching. We have the Five of Cups. Oh, Five of Cups is a sadness, a regret, crying over spilled milk. You got two fives here on the table, Five of Swords and Five of Cups. Fives are changes. Two would mean 10, tens are endings. You feel me? There's some sort of sadness that's been replayed potentially in previous years or something that we haven't been able to get away from. But with the Five of Cups, he's depressed, he's sad, he allows it to set in. He allows the painful memories to soak into his being. He takes in the sadness. So you have a direct choice to not take in the sadness, to not take in what others expect of you. I do feel a great idea too coming to you. But it could have something to do with the past. It could have something to do with losing. Try not to get lost in the sight of the old. Oh gosh. Something about an idea as the rebel goes out of the box. He is of a creator, a magician type energy. He's the emperor. This is entrepreneurialism. This is you didn't expect it coming, right? But this is like this suppression. You expect this to rise up out of yourself and you go back to the slink for some. Or you focus on the wrong thing. Or you feel like, oh, it failed in the past. So why would it be successful now? Because it's a new day and we are living in the age of completion here. That is way too many. Tell me one more, please. Can I get just one more about the rebel and the Five of Cups? The rebel feels sadness not. There is no sadness for the rebel. Even if something doesn't work. So don't allow any potential failures to be the nail in the coffin this year either. Trial and error. Trial and error. We have had trials in the past and we have had errors in the past. That's knowledge that can be completed now. Thank you, Spirit. Eight of Cups, or sorry, Eight of Pentacles. Give me a second. We have the High Priestess in reverse. A lot flooding into me right now, darling. Eight of Pentacles. This is the work. This is the work, the focus. The rebel does have a lot of great intention. So this is focusing your efforts, that spearheaded effort that we were seeing into the intensity card here in reverse. I think you haven't been caring very much about what you've been putting your efforts into in the past, or we've been focusing on the wrong thing. We're putting work into the wrong thing, maybe working for the wrong group, the wrong people expecting things out of us, and we just keep trucking through it, thinking, ah, man, why can't I be what they want me to be? Why can't I produce what I want to produce? With all these stipulations, I feel all these conditions, all these stipulations. So I feel here in 2025, your work is about to change. I feel what's been disconnecting you maybe from the goal line or receiving that ultimate precious thing that you've been desiring, some bad Sag, in your life. It's because maybe you're searching the world for it on the outside without looking within, or others have been directing you, telling you it's here, 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 or you've just been disconnected from it. Something about the ocean. Hold on, I'm getting a download. Well, this reading is kind of intense, Sag. I don't know why. Um, Something about crossing the ocean. Something about crossing the ocean. Like if there's an easier path, why have we been doing what the people have been telling us to do and wearing the mask and going along with it and jumping into the ocean anyway? It's almost like it's like you've been jumping into the ocean and been trucking through the river or whatever, fighting the currents because someone outside of yourself, because the outside world is directing you to do that or pressing you to do that to a point where you're just floating there and you're like, I give up. Then you feel like a failure, or other people are telling you you're a failure, something like that. Or you're fighting against the current when there was an easier, like land based way to take the whole time. And maybe like deep down inside you knew that and you've been like ignoring that. This year it's about busting out of what is expected and really putting towards your efforts towards what you desire, honey. Literally. Breakthrough here. Justice card. We got to keep going, Sarkis. Upcoming obstacles. Breakthrough. It's going to be difficult to receive a breakthrough. And also, I heard hard to receive justice. Hard to receive justice. Do you believe you deserve justice? Also, Sag, free and forgive. Breaking through society norms, breaking through mentally, and breaking through encasement and imprisonment is very much about balance, gaining balance. It's not easy, but also you've got to be very fair to yourself. Something about being fair to yourself. Tell me more about these upcoming obstacles. How do you view your life? How do you view your situation? How do you view the people around you? Holy cow, the Mazzolas, justice, to clarify justice. And we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Do you view yourself love? Do you believe that you deserve that grace? Do you believe that you deserve all these things you desire? Is someone impressing upon you that you haven't been deserving, that you're not hardworking enough, that you don't that you're not clever, that you're not vivacious, that you don't deserve these things? I'm so confused. Upcoming obstacles, your self-esteem here, rebalancing the inner with the outer worlds. But it's all very mental. There's a very high level of like self-esteem and you allowing the outside world to press upon you, change your mind in a way that doesn't even fit with your heart or doesn't even produce anything growth-wise in your physical reality. So why do we keep working these jobs? Why do we keep associating with these people? Why do we keep allowing what they expect of us to shape our character? No more. No more. We gain awareness this year. How you deal with these upcoming obstacles. Not feeling very great. The upcoming obstacle of this is hard. It's hard to gain. It's hard to get. It's hard to break through. But it's all vibrational. It's all conditional. It's all this pressing upon you, but you allow. It's like if I was in a glass container. I'm inside of a glass container, and there's someone on the outside, and they just keep adding things to this glass top of this glass container, and I can't get out. That's what that feels like. The conditioning of the outside world. But there's like this awareness. Potentially you can go under the soil through the under levels of the box rather than worrying about what's piling on top. You sneak right through. Sag. Phew. I hope some of the help this is making sense for you guys. But this is about you. It's about what's been inside of you this whole time. Also, like, what have you been resisting within yourself? Answer these questions and you will get where you want to go. How you deal with these upcoming obstacles is gaining awareness of this, completely understanding here what has been happening internally. Four of Pentacles. There's that Six of Wands again. Victory, victory and success. But the Four of Pentacles is what we hold on to. Could be something about money here, could be something about obviously the physical world, but what we hold on to, what blocks our heart space, what do we hold value to? Are we holding value to other people's opinions more than our own, Sag? You're going to gain awareness not only of the conditioning this year, but of what you've been focusing on and what you've been holding dear, what you've been allowing into your environment and what you've been sheltering yourself to or holding yourself to. Standards. I heard standards, potential standards, very low standards, actually. Standards that are lower than you in a four, Sag. So this almost feels like maybe associating with the wrong groups of people as well. People that are below you will drag you down like an anchor. So how you achieve your upcoming goals. We have to gain awareness of what it is that we've sheltered ourselves to, what we've held ourselves to, what standards we've held ourselves to, what people we associate ourselves around. What's our blanket here? What shelters our heart in the physical world that keeps us away from the actual abundance that we want to receive? You're not lazy. You just lack the spearheaded effort, or you lack the motive, or you lack the understanding that it's been within you the whole time. A maturity is coming here. How you achieve your goals and your dreams. Burden is the Six of Swords. And with maturity, it's Ace of Pentacles. If you see how this guy is like directing him, pushing him, sitting on him, guiding him, it sucks. Being this guy kind of sucks. And you know, honestly, let's be real about it. Being this guy sucks too. You ain't got nothing better to do. I don't want to be the one sitting on someone's shoulder acting like a big cock here. You know, sitting here alarming everyone, telling everyone this, that, go this way. I don't want to be the burden in someone's side. I don't want to be the thorn in someone's side, right? So there's a recognizing here who has been a burden in your side. Who have we been associating with? What groups of people? What's our blanket here? Like, what's the security blanket? What's the motive, Sag? Where have we been disconnected from the motive or the purpose? Where have we been disconnected from thy inner self, really? There's a level of maturity here that's coming in 2025 that if you put, like, I swear, just a little effort, oh my God, just a little effort. There's just like a few things you got to get over, a few humps, and a few connecting of the dots, a few things we need to recognize here. It's about the details. Something about the details, right? That's gonna it's gonna really play a part. There's something really special about you, Sag. And the world needs what you have to offer. That rebellious spirit, that think outside of the box nature, that go, go, go energetic enthusiasm. I feel like you haven't been allowing yourself to be yourself, or there's someone around you or something that hasn't been allowing you to really thrive. And no wonder you haven't been producing. So, how you achieve your goals, you reach a level of maturity this year. You reach a level of no longer listening to those who are trying to alarm you, fear base you, direct you, impress you, like uh, impress upon you their burden. Tell me more, please, Spirit, about this maturity, this opportunity for growth. All year, every day. Thank you, Spirit. Every moment of every day is an opportunity to connect to the divine within, to grow, to change, to connect to the light within, to see something bigger, better. But the press of the outside world, the cloudiness of what's expected of us, and when we don't achieve those goals arbitrarily, like really, there's a disappointment here that it almost feels like shouldn't really be here. Shouldn't really be here. Thank you, Spirit. And it's not really fair that it is. And so it's about rebalancing your scales as well. So Tower here in reverse landing, Scorpionic energy. We have the Hermit, Virgo. Gee. Hermit is about inner wisdom, definitely about growth. Something about being unavailable to people as well, Sag. You might be being way too available to others for them to direct you in a certain way. But it's funny here. It does feel like that doesn't even have to be any part of anything. I know that there's a reluctance to grow past people. There's a reluctance to, yeah, to grow out of people, to grow out of situations, to grow out of things that didn't, they served maybe at one point, but they served their purpose. And now it's like, let it go. Even if you got to be by yourself, there's some sort of inner growth and maturity here that comes from within. The hermit is an isolating energy, but it's also this inner wisdom and guidance, accessing the information that you've already learned for further growth. This guy will continue to be a problem, right? This energy of the outside world, are you carrying so much of the burden of everyone's happiness or everyone's uh, uh they all want to see you produce something. And I feel like you're really detached from that. But I feel like you're obviously, because you got to do it for you. You got to do it for the right reasons. Something's been nicking and picking at. And this year, it's time to shed that skin, Sag. Okay? It's really been slowing you down. You have this year in 2025 the ability to create the ultimate abundance for yourself. But we got to allow ourselves to outgrow people, places, things that don't serve and get remotivated with the goal. We can't get to the 10 if we're stuck in the 4. You feel me? Let's get your advice. Whoa. For Sagittarius for 2025. Advice. Passion. Reconnecting to the fires from within. Reconnecting to your inner flame. It's not about what others want to see. It's not about it's about what do you want to give? And you don't even have to give all that you have. You just give what you want. You feel me? Let's get some advice for your new year. 2025. Advice for Sag. Fog Veiled, Green Man Synergy, Desert Vision Quest, and Eagle Communication. Or sorry, Communion. Uh, but I always see communication in that card. So that's also a theme here as well for you, Len. Iceberg, submerged. Something you've been very encased in, trapped in, locked to, or some sort of coldness. Now it's about breaking free. Submerged in an iceberg. It almost wants to come out like, oh, consequential, like, oh, this just happened to me, you know. But the truth of the matter is, please don't allow this to come out harsh. But it's like, well, why are we playing in the ice? Something about fishing in the ocean when that's not your forte, like willingness to do something and put yourself in a situation you get locked to that doesn't benefit you, Sag. So we have to have a conscious awareness. We have to have a conscious, mindful unconditioning of what people expect and stop putting ourselves in a situation that we get locked into something we don't even desire. And then we beat ourselves up because we feel like detached from it or we're not giving it our all. Well, why would we? We don't care about it. We have lake stillness and fog veiled that wanted to come out. Advice for Sag for 2025 here. We have cave sanctuary, the bottom of the deck, and childhood innocence. Go back to the beginning. Oh, the purest motive. I heard the purest motive. I mean, honestly, some people, we might say to ourselves, I work this job that I hate to get a paycheck that only goes so far, right? Usually. And we struggle daily and we try to play by societal rules and we do what's expected of us and all of these things. And we've been doing it for forever. And it's like the motive seems like it's a pure thing because, oh, I got to provide for my family. I'm locked down in this because I have to be. And I'll just take it in stride and I'll just deal with it. And that's the thing I got to do. That's the adult thing to do. And that's the pure of heart thing to do. Sure. But I think the more pure of heart thing to do would be deep down inside of you, instead of foregoing your needs, your desires, your motives. Providing for a child is a great motive. Um, but is it the most purest form, right? Or is there another way to bring it back to its most pure form, where we don't have to struggle daily, blood, sweat, and tears to provide, but what we provide is enough and it's love based and it feels better. You feel me? Does that make sense? I hope this is making sense. There's a purity and an innocence within the desires and the motives that needs to be reached. The deep understanding of why. And also, would your child want you to go blood, sweat, and tears, balls out at a job that you absolutely hate every day? No, because your child loves you. You feel me? So it's almost like a constant and never ending cycle of love and compassion anyway. So really to give back to your children, you must give back to yourself and so on and so forth. There's a great understanding and a great maturity that's coming here for you. It also could help with your inner child. Thank you, Spirit. We have summer solstice radiance. That's very much that inner light of you wanting to break through. Rain, purification, and wolf instinct. Tears are coming through. Letting things go is coming through. But I feel like a deep part of you understands and already knows who's on your side, who isn't. And maybe you've just been ignoring that. Or again, you've been mindfully putting in efforts to stuff you just really aren't very attached to and you don't want to be because the world expects you to do it. But your instinct is leading you to a different, more pure way. With the innocence, we kept getting purity, purity. Here we are with purification. Thank you, Spirit. Rain, emotion, love, tears washes away. So something about crying here will wash away the wounds of the past as well. But there's a purification in your wolf-like instinct also that wants to come through, and I feel like you've been ignoring it, submerging yourself in something else. Thank you, Spirit. And this year, it's very direct that we intentionally move forward in a different direction, in the direction that you want to go, not just because it provides a paycheck. Because frankly, does it make you even feel really good about yourself, even if you got all that money? Something about that here could be a thing for you. I feel like I'm talking too long. Moonlight. Vice versa. Looking at the bigger picture. You don't have to be what they tell you to be. And it's better if you just yourself because you'll just receive more being yourself. without any reason to question, without any holding back. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for Sagittarius. 2025. Thanks. Can we say your hard work is paying off? We have new moon in Capricorn at the bottom of the deck. We have balsamic moon, a time for healing. This is very much a time for healing for you. Healing the inner brings healing to the outer. Focusing on self as well heals. Healing thyself. Thank you, Spirit. Focusing on healing yourself, maybe even healing your inner child, helps you to be more pure so you can put out more light in order to gain more in the physical world. You receive more when you're just true to yourself. Thank you, Spirit. It brings on great healing. Healing of the mind, healing of the heart. Take time to breathe. Wanted to come out here, Sag. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. And I really do believe that this is absolutely that year for you where you reach those massive conclusions, if you allow. Of course, if you allow, it's always a choice. But yes, you're good enough without anyone telling you what to be, what to do, what to think, who you are, what you should love, what you should constantly be saying, be thinking. Hi, my goodness. You're just perfect just the damn way you are, Sag. And I feel like really putting that out in the world. Like being okay with that, being okay with you being okay with you being enough. I feel like all of that's going to come full circle. All of it's going to come full circle. Conclusions are within your reach in 2025. Completions are within your reach in 2025. What's the key? Oh, jeepers. What jeepers? Let's get one more for you. Yeah. But we have a few here. We have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. Excuse me. Work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. Prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. You see how it was in reverse, okay? So the physical world here is not as important as the etherical world, as the emotional world, as what's been going on in your mind. Clear up your mind, that clears up your finances. Clear up your inner, clears up your outer. That's what I'm getting out of this. Like, if we stop focusing on trying to be, trying to produce, um, trying to have some sort of level of something, trying to make ourselves feel a certain way, produce a certain thing, gosh, or just do what people are telling us to do in the physical world. Excuse me. It's like focus less on the physical world and more on the etherical, more on the spiritual, more on the heart, more on calming your mind and spearheading your passions, your efforts where you desire. And that's where the production just naturally comes. You just naturally are able to receive at that point without locking yourself into something else or being tied down to a group of people that expect certain things of you. You feel me, you guys? Holy macaroni. Prosperity lying ahead for you this year. But recognizing you're good enough. You don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to be anything other than what you are. And when you have your greatest passions, when you have that inner rebel inside of you that has an idea, that wants to open a business, that has this like gumption, don't talk yourself out of it. Be who you are unapologetically this year, Sag. And I feel like that is going to really change your physical world for the better. Okay, guys, I hope that helps. As always, peace, love, and light to you, Sag. Please give me a like, share, comment, subscribe if you vibe. And until I see you next time, mwah, take care.